So some huge events broke out at the end of that last video. First of all, we thought that Portugal was going to be able to take Stockholm. Unfortunately, an American coalition formed up, and for some reason Portugal decided to join in. So they won't be able to take Stockholm, and we might even see the English join in against Washington. But first, let's briefly check in on the info addicts, because I promised you guys in the last video that we'd look into it. The only thing is, we might see this drastically change within this video, because who knows what's going to happen. We know that England's launching a sneak attack against somebody. We don't know who it is. Just the spy says that there is a fleet, and they're going after somebody. And there's the fleets. We don't know who they're going to go after. There could be several nations this fleet could be for. But because all these wars have broken out against Washington, it's possible. It is possible. Because they don't have open borders with each other, they probably aren't feeling too happy about the whole thing. But we'll see. Let's look at what's going on so far. In terms of population, we have India in number 1, America number 2. Portugal has actually dropped quite a bit, so India's been doing a good job. It's that point in the game where India and their unique ability really starts to kind of go crazy. We have Shanghai at 4. They've always been pretty high, and then Spain with only about 2 cities, really, really high. Spain has got quite a bit of population here. Yeah, Madrid's at 29 pop, even more than Porto. I'm surprised there. I don't know if they caught up or what. Crop yields goes to technically England for now. So, but the Americans are not too far behind. I don't know if that's going to continue to stay the same. Manufactured goods still goes to England. Then America 2, Shanghai at 3. GNP, the Americans actually are making the most money. Land area, that's significantly England's there. Military manpower, look at this. Okay, so actually I'm surprised that India didn't drop a lot more. India was really dumb. And they sent over their entire army. They embarked their entire army over towards the Siamese capital island, and they just got completely wiped out. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. So America is number 7 in terms of military strength. Portugal 5, but really they're not too far away from each other. Geez, whoa! Where did Shanghai come from? So they've got 250,000. That is 20,000 more than the Netherlands, but the Netherlands is also a pretty big shock that they're in number 2. That is crazy. Persia doing good, but don't count Persia. Persia's got a bunch of land units, and they're not going to do anything in their spot, I don't think. Actually, I'm shocked the Celts aren't higher, because we did check in on the Celts at the end of the last video, and I was really shocked at the naval units that they had built. So let's check on the Netherlands and Shanghai after this, but I do always check technology. India still leading. America and England far behind in terms of technology. Cities is the big one. So right now, if we went with the victory that gives the victor to the Civ with the most amount of cities, it would go to America. Or obviously, if we give the victor the most amount of capitals, it would go to England. And we didn't really specify that. As I said a while ago, still leaning towards giving it towards cities. Even though, because I don't think this is not going to stay the same in the next, if we go to turn 550, which things are pretty exciting. I think we need to go to turn 550 because I don't think we're going to have all the technologies discovered by turn 500. This is going to drastically change, I guarantee you. But just know I'm still leaning towards cities because it's not fair for a lot of the other AIs that just don't surround a lot of capitals just because of their placement in the map. But we'll see. I'm willing to bet England or America is going to lose a few cities here. But anyways, like I said, let me just check briefly on the Shanghai military. They do have quite a bit, but the thing is, they've got no naval units. So that's kind of skewed that info addicts category. Now, on the other hand, the Netherlands looking a lot better. They do have a few sea beggars, and they could potentially attack Antium if they wanted to. Maybe India, maybe Byzantium. But anyways, let's get back into the big development, the big news. What is England going to do? What is America going to do? Now, if Morocco doesn't go to war with England, or I'm sorry, if Morocco doesn't go to war with the Americans, then this is pretty much just going to be America versus Portugal. That's all it's going to be, is America versus Portugal. And that was actually a lot sooner than I thought. I didn't think this war would break out this soon. Okay, let's see what they do. No, they are not going for Washington. I think that's been confirmed now. Looks like they're going to be going for the Aztecs. It'd be a very strange city for them to pick up, though. Very strange, very far away from the empire. And again, that could be a disaster because they could be stretching their military a little bit thin if they start to defend this Aztec capital. Oh man, Portugal. I feel terrible because you probably could have taken Stockholm, and you didn't, because you declared war on Washington, and you're just going to lose a lot of power now in terms of your military power. So boom, America was embargoed. Wow, that just happened. The Americans were embargoed, so no one else has 3 votes. Where did the person go with 3 votes beforehand? Pretty sure there was someone with 3 votes beforehand. Anyways, yeah, so that's it's very clear. So England is probably going to go after the Aztecs. I'm thinking, although they have open borders with the Aztecs, so maybe that's not the case. Maybe they're going to go after Polynesia. I mean, Honolulu would be smart. Actually, you know, I'm willing to bet that. I don't think they're going to go after the Aztecs. Yep, they're moving through that. They're not trying to go through that. They're just going to move through that territory and boom, go up towards Honolulu. It looks like. Or maybe somebody else. It depends. Forgot about Fez here. I knew Morocco had another city. I just couldn't find where that other colony was at. India's still trying very hard for Siam. Still trying very hard. Here's Persia. We talked about Persia being high up in the military category, but they only have land units, so it doesn't really mean much. Morocco choosing autocracy. I'm still waiting for that first freedom nation. Although the freedom nation will probably they'll probably get into a revolution and have to change ideologies at some point. I'm thinking. Brazil here with the fleets. Polynesia and Ethiopia finally piecing out. Portugal. Yep, so that fleet got destroyed. That was meant to take over Stockholm. Japan and India. Okay, so that's a little bit more interesting. So India finally lost enough military units where I guess Japan feels comfortable attacking this Indian city to the south. The problem is there's a mountain here. Even if Japan has, like, you know, a few land units, they're gonna have a tough time. Yeah, they're gonna have a real tough time trying to take this over. Well, it means that, you know, AIs are now more willing to go to war with India because they've lost a lot. They've lost a lot of land units. They messed up. They definitely messed up. See, the Celts here are looking good, and they've stayed quiet, and that's the thing. That's the thing I like about the Celts. But they've got to grab something though. They can't stay like this. Grab something small, quick and easy like the Huns. Probably stay away from Songhai. And actually, I'm willing to bet that Songhai is kind of keeping the Celts in place. That's why the Celts aren't willing to just do anything. Okay, so India, or actually the Netherlands, could grab this city away also. Actually, this is a very, very smart war for the Netherlands. Okay, who is this? Babylon choosing autocracy. And that could help out Japan quite a bit, but it looks like Japan has given up already. They realized, oh, wait a second. This is going to be really hard. I don't want to do this anymore. So we might see a few sea beggars going in for the attack. A Dutch frigate? Where are the sea beggars at? Oh, they're down at the bottom. Ooh, who's this? Arabia joining in against Washington. Now, is there anything going on in that front? Is anybody moving anywhere? The Americans tried their best to move around Stockholm, but they got caught. Elizabeth secretly plotting against the Celts. Oh, man. That's what I want to see. Those are the 4 big powerhouses. Byzantium. So this is what I think what's going to happen now. I don't think that, I think I retract my statement. If the coalition doesn't get any bigger, or if Morocco doesn't join in, because I think Morocco might be able to do some damage themselves. Ooh, first battleship. The first battleship. There we go. That's a very, very important naval unit now. The Huns also joining in. Okay, well, this coalition's still very much going on. But I think the Americans are going to be okay. They're not going to lose any cities. It's going to slow them way down, though. Way down. Like, they will not be able to make much more progress, which is going to give time for England to maybe grab a few more cities. Maybe Portugal. No, that's the thing. What's going to happen is it's going to slow down both America and Portugal to the point where they're not going to be able to do anything for about, I'm going to say, 30 to 50 turns. This is really going to give an opportunity for either England to run away with the victory or have someone else come out of nowhere. We'll have to wait and see. The first battleship is trying their best. They're going to try to push through here. They've got an ironclad on the other side. It's possible they could take the city, but unlikely. As well as because there's a lot of artillery units that Portugal is using to their advantage. that can also attack 3 tiles away. Here is that American fleet, or that Japanese, no, I'm sorry, the English fleet. So maybe they're going for Japan. Maybe Austria and America. The Incas in America. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna reevaluate my prediction. I'm gonna guess Japan. Japan is looking weak, unless of course this fleet is bugged. It could be a bugged out fleet, which would be really, really bad because this is pretty big. This is a lot of ship alliance and stuff like that. Also, here's the point in the game where England's actually going to be at almost a disadvantage. Why? Because the AI tends to hold on to unique units longer than they should. So we're already seeing the first battleship from America. I'm not sure if it's the first battleship, but it's the first one that we've noticed at least. We've seen this happen countless times. You've seen it happen before. We saw it happen like in this campaign. I remember seeing it with the Jaguars. We were in like the medieval era, maybe even some people were entering the Renaissance era, and the Aztecs were there too, but they still held on to their Jaguars. That's bad. I'm sure if we look around, we can see outdated units, outdated unique units that nations are holding on to. Sipais, I don't know exactly how the Ottomans are in technology, but you know, you could maybe argue that the sea beggars are still technically involved. I mean, I guess if we find a turtle ship, yeah, there's a turtle ship. That's kind of also out of. I'm thinking because Sheik is also a good example of a unique unit that's kind of been passed up already. What's going on, Netherlands? Why aren't you going after India hardcore? But anyways, this is the point where I think we can seriously. Ooh, England is actually plotting against Montezuma. This is where, this is gonna be bad for England, I think. Especially if these battleships come out and they're still holding on to their ship alliance, which is what we're starting to see. India and Ethiopia piecing out. Ooh, whoa, okay. So even though there's this big coalition, America's still gonna try to make their own advances. There is a cannon. The Aztecs and the Spanish are at war. But nothing. I don't think will result from that. This rifleman could help out again, and there's units on the other side. That's the thing. And if they don't get distracted by the former Ethiopian capital, then I think America could have quite a bit of success here. Oh, wait a second. That battleship's going to get destroyed. Without the battleship, I don't think they can do it. I don't think so. We're approaching turn 400, and by the next video, we will discover uranium, and we will figure out all the final resources and kind of go over that and stuff like that. Byzantium and the Aztecs, and Mayans and the Aztecs. The Mayans are somewhat close by, but they're down here at the bottom. Oh, there's this Aztec city. Oh, wait, the Mayans are going to have some success here. These artillery units are going to do some damage. All right, I think that's what... Venice choosing order. Inca fighting it out with an Austrian caravel that's gone a little bit too far away, I'm thinking. Actually, the Mayans can, also oh, yeah, this city will probably for sure fall. Poland now declaring war on America. If they keep holding off, they're going to be okay. Again, there's nobody that really borders America that's too big of a threat. The only one that I could think of is maybe the Celts. If they send over everything from this island, or obviously England. Needless to say, England would be a pretty big threat too. Now, what is going on, England, with that fleet? Whatever happened with that? It was for Japan, because they're already at war with Japan, aren't they? Yes, they already are at war with Japan. The Huns are here to help them out, I think. Or the Huns either have open borders or they're helping out. But, oh, they pieced out, didn't they? Yep, they just pieced out. Okay, so there you go. That fleet is... That was bad. That's really bad for England. Because Japan just adopted autocracy. Because more than likely, that fleet is now going to get scattered, and they won't send them back home, and they're going to be around this huge landmass, or I'm sorry, ocean, and they won't end up getting any of those, or I guess they won't end up getting all of those ships and units back to their homeland. So yeah, I think we're going to see that kind of comes back, and that definitely weakens this area of England, their main region of the English Empire. Mayans now joining against America. And actually, the Mayans had units here. Yep, so that's why I think the siege of the Portuguese city has been dropped. They no longer want to do that anymore. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Ooh, wait a second. So England and Spain both... I'm sorry, England and the Celts just both declared war on Spain. I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry. England and the Spanish have declared war on the Celts. Okay, so oh, shoot. What does this mean? Besides this island being really... I think the main Celtic empire will be okay. This is the problem, though. This is the big problem. I know, you've launched a snake attack before, but nothing ever happened. Oh, crap. We also have Songhai. What is going on? Why? What did they do? I don't know what happened. Okay, so that Aztec city will for sure fall. I'm wondering if they're going to send anything over towards the capital. And actually that was big because I forgot about Songhai was the only like major power next to the Celts. Oh shoot. Oh my goodness. This is going to be hectic. Let's see if Spain gets open borders through Songhai or the Huns. I think for the most part, I think we should see a very, I'm going to say successful. I think it's going to be successful. I think the Celts are going to take over the Songhai capital. This might be a blessing in disguise for the Celts. There's a submarine which is going to do some major damage. Nothing attacking this Celtic city. England is really divided, fighting a whole bunch of foes. You're talking about you're fighting the Celts and the Americans at the same time. That's not good. That is really bad. Greece and Portugal. Siam and the Americans. Okay, so they didn't hold off. I thought eventually we'd see the coalition start to end, but no. It didn't end, and the Americans are actually down to oh, wait a second. This is the part that we got to worry about. So England should probably get back that that top leading spot in terms of like the most cities in the world in their empire. They'll probably exchange it. So I'm thinking America's going to go down to 7, whereas England will go down to 8 or go back to 8. So they'll just swap positions. Babylon and Greece. Still waiting for the Ottomans in Greece. Okay. Oh, look at that. They've got a submarine themselves. Persia, Greece, Siam, Greece, the Celts, and Brazil. Oh, geez. I'm gonna need to like review all the wars that are going on. This is insanity. Now, the Celts are gonna need to for sure get more range units to take over the Songhai capital. But besides that, I mean, the Americans just need to hold on here. They need to try to hold on. They need to hope that England is... They're really confused. And they got lucky. Like I said, they got extremely lucky that most of their fleet went over here for no damn reason to attack Japan just to peace out one turn later. So now the English AI, the English Navy is a little bit scattered and a lot weaker than they were before. Very big deal. Celts and Greece. Okay, so there's a coalition between Greece, the Celts, and the Americans. Clearly. And I'm not sure if this is an ideological war. It's possible. Boom. England got open borders through the Greeks. Okay, let's see if any more wars pop up. We have, what is this? Sweden choosing order. It might be an ideological war. This will not be enough, though. The Celts are still very, very fully able to defend themselves. It's possible that all these wars break out and nothing happens. That's very possible. A lot of different technologies coming out. We see battleships. We see submarines. We're going to see our first few planes. The war is going to get very different, and things are about to start to... battles are occurring everywhere, so things are going to become chaotic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.